Good morning once again. Alfred here for Wakati Avenue. It's early morning here in Africa, Tanzania, 6 a.m. Got up a bit early today and did a bit of reading, and now it's time for my video creation. Welcome anyway, and once again, I think I have something to share with you fellow YouTubers and my viewers. What I was contemplating on, I think a few days ago, was that I realized, sort of realization that how can I put this, that people, a majority of people usually think that they have more worth, as in their what they think they should bring to the table is way more than they should, as in the quality of your trade, what you are bringing out into the world. A majority of times, a lot of people think that since they have this and they are this way, then that should be enough to give them something. It may be true, I should agree, but the delusion comes when people think that they should get something which is way more, as in more, saying it, they think that they should get something which is way more worth than what they're bringing. For example, you might meet someone, right? You exchange ideas, you exchange this and that. Maybe you want to go into business together, right? Now, terms and conditions should be taken into account here, because if you two are going to go into business, then everybody should come with something that will help the business. For example, one may have a degree in maybe marketing, and the other may have a degree in sales. You can come to a compromise there and then give each person responsibility to where the business can be headed. Obviously, one can be a marketer, the other can be in sales, and this way at least there's a mutual understanding between you two, and so things are less likely to contradict, and there'll be less commotion between and constriction between you two. On the flip side, you find maybe someone, right? Two people come together in this same scenario where it's business related. One has a degree, let's say business degree. The other is more of maybe he's more of the natural sales person. He doesn't necessarily have a degree, but has a natural way of convincing people on buying stuff. He's just a natural salesman. We all know that there are other people who don't need to go to school, but they just have this natural talent of doing things. But maybe in this scenario, the person, the way he does it, it's only helpful to a certain degree, as in he can only relate to a certain type of a certain type of niche, or a certain type of demographic, right? Now, this person who holds the degree, right, maybe he's the one who is now leading the company. He brings the responsibility of every other part, because he has the degree in business. But then again, this other guy who has this natural ability, he feels that he's bringing a lot into play here, because he's able to talk to the customers and probably bring customers along. But in the long run, you'll see that because he can only relate to maybe certain people because of the way he talks, he has not yet developed the business jargon where he can talk to more sophisticated people, right? And maybe this guy with the degree sees this, then he sees that this will be detrimental as the company grows, because maybe he feels that he'd like to expand into maybe a corporate environment for this business, right? That he sees that the guy is a good salesman. He's a co-founder, is probably a good salesman, but he feels that he's not bringing much into the table. Besides, as the company grows and becomes more sophisticated, he might have to bring more investors. Now, how does this person without the degree, without much business language capability, how will he be able to communicate his ideas and his all his plans and all that? Even though, yes, he has those good skills, but the same guy who has the skills, he feels like he's bringing enough to the table. He feels that what he's doing is more than enough. Besides, he thinks that the company should split the profits 50-50, right? Which is fair. But this other guy, he says no, it's not, because he's doing much of the work, running the company, probably day-to-day planning and all that. And this guy feels he's bringing in the customers and all that and all that. Now, in this scenario, as we can see, there's the unfair part. Someone sees this as fair, someone sees this as unfair, and this is how life is. If you think you are not bringing anything into the world, you, as I usually say, whether you like it or not, you may have to. The problem of a lot of people and why they're not fulfilled, one of the problem is that they really feel entitled to certain things, even though they have not worked for it, nor have they developed the capacity to get it. Most things, or most people who get what they want, have not got it by chance. A lot of the time is because they've worked for it, right? They've developed a capacity, they've developed themselves rather on how they're going to get that. And usually it's a long-term thing. It's a strategy, right? They have to learn, they have to go to school, they have to do this, they have to go under someone as an apprentice, or go under a sort of mentorship or something like that. They have to go down and start reading books, self-development books, try and refine their skills each and every day, do what is right for them, do what is good. And this is a very long process, because you're still on your journey and you're still working out at exactly what you want to be. But eventually, usually things does pay out. The things do pay out as long as you're consistent and with your activity, and you know your purpose, you know what you want. So I observe that a lot of people think that just because they have a certain talent, they don't need to develop the talent, right? Just because they have the certain ability, and that is enough. No, it's not. Just because you have an ability to talk to people, right? Just because you have the ability to get attention, that's just a step forward, right? That's what it is. It does not mean that now all of a sudden you're supposed to be a millionaire. All of a sudden you're supposed to have everything fall on your lap. You still have to work hard, work smart, and you have to be smart about it. Nothing comes easy. just because you've got this God-given gift of talking, of saying, of convincing. You have this convincing power, and that will be enough for you to get what you want. No, you still have to go out there, get a platform to say what you want to say, create something, and be consistent in it by doing it. If you fail in it, then you will have to re-strategize and see what else you can do. That's what life is. You don't just sit back and say, I'm entitled to this and I'm entitled to that. It does not work that way. No. Same with relationships. If you, as a man, and I should confess that I used to be this way too. I'd approach a girl, and just because I felt like I was the man, I had the money. Not that I have a lot of money, but I was the one who was going to pay for this, for that, right? I thought that was enough. I didn't have to work on anything else. No, it's not. Relationships, you still have to work on relationships. The other parts of relationship, they're just not just dating or just making out. That's not it. That's just part of it. There's still other things. You still have to be considerate. You still have to understand your partner's emotions, right? Your partner's needs. You have to bring that too. So most people won't be willing to bring that part. Even for the women, it's the same thing. Just because you feel you're beautiful, that's enough. So everything should fall in your lap. No, you still have to create your personality, have a good personality, an attractive personality. Men don't just want beauty, that's it. No. Yes, we're attracted to the beauty. We love it. Nice body, a cute face, nice booty. That's all well and good, but how about your personality? Have you been working on your personality? How about your temper, right? Your emotions. Do you just throw your emotions everywhere every time something happens? Yeah. I don't call you back in 5 minutes, you already have a tantrum, right? So you have to work on that. No one is entitled to anything. And that's one problem about my generation. As millennials, we think we're way entitled just because we were born. No, you still have to work. Yes, there are those who get lucky, but they're fine between. Not everyone is lucky enough to be born in a silver spoon. Not everyone is born rich. Even those who are born rich still have to work somehow. And when I say work, I don't necessarily mean manual work or some labor work. They still have to work on themselves, because every situation has the problem. But the good thing is that every problem has a solution. Now you have to work upon those solutions. Anyway, this is just what I wanted to share with you guys. Just a bit of knowledge on that. We still have to work on ourselves on a daily basis. We shouldn't be too entitled and think that just because we've achieved a certain level or achieved something in life, all of a sudden everything should fall on our lap. Everybody should be serving us, and we should be kings. No, still a long journey, especially for my generation. We still have a long way to go. We still got plenty of work to do, and we still have a lot to learn and a lot of knowledge to accumulate, and that's the process of life. Anyway, this has been me, Alfred, and thank you for joining me. This has been Wakati Avenue, and more knowledge to you. Cheers.